Attention, all views and opinions expressed in this video and channel are for educational purposes only.
All right, everybody, good morning. I am here in Philadelphia. I'm on a consultation. Let me give you a little. I'm here at the Sheridan, and I was told this nice spot. The neighborhood is a little more higher end. It's a nice suburb. That's the word I'm looking for. Suburb. So it's a nice suburb of Philadelphia. Apparently, talking to my guy that drove me here, he's telling me how great it was, and that I was in a really safe area, which, I thought, oh, okay, that's kind of odd thing to say, and of course it's not. Philadelphia is not a place to F around and find out, but still, it is what it is. But I'm here today to help Smoker's Destiny. They are having some franchise issues, and not as much. They are the franchise. I'm here meeting with the owner and his team, and apparently they have some real issues they need to talk about. So hopefully he's going to allow us to do some videoing there as well, and if so, you'll get to see it. It was part of the deal, so I'm really kind of hoping he stays with it. And so I guess follow along. I am going to get some food in me before I go, because Chad's kind of an asshole unless he's had some coffee, which I'm brewing right now thanks to the Inn coffee here. So I'm pretty proud of that, that we have coffee in the hotel room. Normally I don't get that, in most places now. But I'm gonna go grab some breakfast. I may take you with me. I haven't made up my mind about that. We'll figure that out. If not, I will get back with you when I get here. But as far as this Smoker's Destiny goes, they're having some growth issues, and I don't know if you know this, but I do this. I do consultations with teams, not just franchises, but with store owners. I go to their place and do whatever they need me to do, and try to help them get out of this spot. He has been pretty thorough. He is looking. He's got a whole plan that he wants us to go over. I'll try to link that in our discussion. He's really wanting several bullet points. I'll go over it with you after I get done eating, and we'll talk about it then. Okay? All right. See you soon. So today's going to be pretty busy. I just got off the phone and found out that probably going to be a whole lot more than I thought, and it looks like his whole team is going to be there. He's got an in-house marketing team, which, whatever there. Apparently he's hired them. I don't know if they're some of the locals here, and that's who he's got. I don't know that. I don't know if it's part of the people that he's dealt with, that he's calling a marketing team. I mean, just because social media and you like to play around on Instagram does not mean that you're part of a marketing, that you're a marketer. And do you understand how to do the marketing as far as buying ads and doing that type of thing? I don't know. I don't know if he knows that. I will find out, and I don't know, man. I mean, that's kind of a curve. I didn't see that coming. I thought I was going to meet more with his management team, but it seems like this is becoming a more how do I get the word out thing, which is okay. All right, I'll help you with that too. There's always growing pains for that. I don't mind to do that type of thing, but I don't know, man. It sounds like he's got a lot more going on. I think he's more worried about getting the word out and getting more franchises together. Okay, now that's perfectly cool. So don't get me wrong. I totally understand that. And if that's the case, all right, man, no problem. I can do that. It's not an issue, I promise. So I got to continue to get ready while I talk to you. And so it's this hair. I should have got a haircut before I left. I didn't do that. It was going to land during a weird time, and I wasn't able to do that. So, and I'm not a big brush person. Thank God Jamie always brings the brush with her everywhere we go, because I just don't do it. I never think of it. All right, but I tend to use like a mousse to deal with my hair situation, and so it normally takes care of itself when I do it. So my hair lays pretty well, so thank God for that, you know, as a man. Now if I was a woman, I guess it wouldn't. I'd be an ugly woman, but whatever. And yeah, see? Yeah, looks like me. Yay! But I'm not really, oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go get breakfast. I'm gonna go deal with this and see what they got down there for offerings. Last night when I got here, found out that the bar had lost its liquor license. It failed to tell me that on the online. So tonight I'll have to venture out, probably next door at Dave's Hot Chicken. They said that's really good, by the way, if you're down here, and or up here, depending on where you're at. So I'm going to go down there and see if there's breakfast and see where we are, and I'll get back with you. All right, so I think, ready to go and do this. I guess I'll probably know when I get there if I am or not. We'll see, of course. You know how you never think that you're completely, you think you're always completely packed, and you kind of panic when you think, oh my God, did I get this, did I get that? And you might have, you might not have. I mean, hell, you make mistakes. You have to just deal with it, man. It is what it is. Or that's what I find anyway. And so, and then you try to think that, oh God, what if the maids are going through the stuff and all this, and highly unlikely, but I mean, in the case, you know, yeah, you don't want to think like that, but that's the world we live in, right? So, I don't think so though, man. Everybody here has been really nice, really helpful. I don't think they want any problems. I know I don't want any problems, basically. Okay, so I got my social medias already done. Everything is set up here for me, thank God. And hopefully this'll look like something. Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I like that image. You know, I got the whole look. I don't know, man. I think it's where I need a haircut, man. You know, I take an image and I drop it in, and I think to myself, okay, that looks okay, but you know, the hair is perfectly cut on this. You know, it's a much more, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to call it. It is what it is, though. Maybe I'm my hardest critic, as I've been told. And so, that being said, all right, I'm going to finish up doing what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna get me an Uber and get my ass over there. I don't know how far away it is. It may not be that far. If it's not, great. If it is, not so great. Of course, you'll be going along with me, and we'll be going over there and seeing what we can see, of course. And hopefully this will be a good day. I've got a good feeling about it. I really do. I'm not just telling myself that to make myself feel better. You know how you do things like that. I'm not that guy. Really, I'm kind of more of a pessimistic kind of dude. So I always believe everything's going to be jammed up from the jump, because it usually is, you know. And but I mean, these guys, they want help. I want to help them. We should be copacetic. If you don't know what that means, look it up. TikTok, look it up. They're pretty educated. I think they're Middle Eastern, and but they've had a lot of time in the industry. So I'm not dealing with somebody who's never done it before. It's not a big deal. So we'll see what happens. I was thinking about smoking, man, but now I'm thinking not. I don't think that's going to be in my best interest at this point for my time, and I really don't want to be late. because I don't know how far away it is. I don't know what the traffic's going to be like. Really, man, I'm kind of going into this blind, other than the fact that I have looked up everything to do with them. I've seen some a lot of social media issues, and I don't want to harp on that, but it's just the truth. There's a lot of social media issues, and I think that I can help them. I think I do. I think I can. I like to think that I'm pretty versed at this whole social media thing, and as far as getting the word out there, even when I was bigger, I tended to, I don't know, I don't want to use the word flamboyant, but maybe, and I tended to love to really get out there with it, and I don't know, man, I'm not scared of people. I'm really not. And so that's not my issue ever. So let's just see what happens. I mean, as far as that goes, and I think I can. I just think I know what's wrong with it. I know what they're doing wrong. I know where they're goofing up. I know exactly where it's at, and I think I can help them. So because I can see it really well. Okay, good. These are looking good. Everything's looking good. Socials is it's all set for that, and I think we're about to be ready. All right, it's looking good. All right, so I'm gonna go down here and call my Uber, and then I'll get back with you and see where we're at. All right, guys, I'm here and getting ready to walk into this. Apparently they are open. I've got about 15 minutes. Thought I would do a little quick walkthrough. As you can see, the front of it is really, it's probably bright, at night. It looks like they also do some lottery or some stuff here. I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever it takes, you got to do what you got to do. They got really good signage on the front. I'm proud for that for them. And okay, I'm gonna go walk in here and I'm gonna see what's up. They're on a very, very busy highway, and that's really nice, and it's a really nice neighborhood. Really nice. They've got quite a bit going on around them. They're not going to get a lot of walk traffic because of the location and what's around them. But I mean, it is what it is, and we'll see what we can do from inside. All right. So guys, we are here inside the shop, and I'm going to set up and get some video for this and let you see exactly what we're talking about here. Remember, this is the oldest store that is in the whole chain. These guys have branded music. They have a branded look to them, and it's a really nice store. But they tell me that these stores, this is the old store. So what's the new store is going to look like? And they're telling me that this is the old look, that they have much newer stores. They're going to take us to see all the stores, and so we're going to get to see that. So I'm just letting you know what we're doing, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you some video of the stores and what they've got going on. All right, so without further ado, here we go. All right, so as you can see, they've got what looks like to be THC drinks here. Now, for how long they're going to have these, I don't know, because we're about to have a federal issue. Maybe by the time you're even seeing this, a lot of this may be totally changed, whereas it's not right this very second. They also have some other product here as well. It looks like they have some Kava and Kratom products here. They do have Kava product. Don't worry, I won't get you, brother. I'm better at this than that. You could. Yeah, well, and so they have I see a lot of flower arrangements in the store. And so whether they do that or not into every store, I don't know. But they do have it. Apparently, this is during FIFA too. So they've got, branded deals for that as well. It looks like either these are exotic snacks or they're just chips, just for the home crowd here, as well as their other mini stuff that they have. And so this store has an ATM machine. Apparently they have some skill gamings, which is legal here in Pennsylvania. So just so you know all that as well, your store may not have that and may not be acceptable for that. They also do a touchscreen lottery, and they're able to pull that off. We love seeing the drinks in stores as well. If you don't have a convenience center around you, this is always a profit center for you. And of course, they have all the glass, as you can see down through here. I'll show you all that as well. This is, they must be in a very good neighborhood because as you can see, they have a lot of self-service here in the center. In my neck of the woods in Louisville, Kentucky, we could never pull this off right here because of the height. This would just invite people to do something crazy, and they always will if given the opportunity. Seeing the glass as we have here, they have a good selection of glass. They also have, you know, the group of he who shall not be named, but that's beside the point. They have a really good selection of name branded glass. And now as far as will all franchises do this, I'm assuming the answer is yes. I haven't got a real answer to that just yet, but I will. But it does look like they have a crazy selection. All right, looks like they've got some questionable detox. You know, I'm not a Q Carbo fan. I'm definitely not a Stinger fan, but it is what it is. And maybe, just maybe, you know, that's because, you know, I have my own detox brand. A lot of people sell that though. So I'm just letting you see all the glass that we have here. He's got a really good selection, including some of the bamboo stuff. That's not quite the mover it once was, but maybe it is in his stores, you know. Mav is a good brand that's there. Really good product placement, really good. Looks, it's very, very nice. Oh, here's some Tyson stuff too. Very, very nice. Really loving how he's got everything lit up, how it's displayed. Oh, here's some Monster pieces as well. I like that. These are a little harder for me to deal with in my stores. His price points are here as well. I don't know if you can see those. Now, if he gets that, I don't know if it's maybe just a wow piece. You know, that's because it is. Look how big it is. It's a very wow thing. Lots and lots of nice glass. Very, very proud of that. And then he's got a walk-in humidor as well. I don't dare go in there because if I do, I'm going to want to sit and smoke. It looks like he's got a lot of national brands, a lot of nice stuff. He's got some of the Dominican too, so that's, yeah, now I have to go. I don't have a choice, I have to do it. He's got some of the Drew Estate Dominicans. Very, very nice stuff there. Oh, he does. He's really got a good selection here. It's very, very nice. And I'm assuming that every smoke shop, all the franchises that he's gonna put out is also gonna look along this lines. Very, very well branded. It's a huge selection. I can smell the humidity in here. It looks like it's very well lined, very well built. I would think that somebody would be very, very pleased to be here for this. This is a humidor that anybody should be glad to walk into, and I'm pretty surprised. I really am. I really didn't think there would be so much care for what the selection. It looks like everything is spaced out correctly. Now, whether they did that just for my well-being, you know, me seeing it, I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that because everything is very, very nice, really curated out here. It's really, I can't say anything bad. I really can't. Here's this roar. I would probably angle these more in order to be able to show the branding a little better. I did see some Illadelph. You know, I'm not a big fan of that, but if it sells in his area, he is in a little higher end neighborhood. So I do know that stuff will sell here. And on top of all the cases too, I'm very, 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 very proud of this. You know, as you can see, his banger case, really no doubt what we're looking at here. And then he's got his carb cap case. There's absolutely no doubt what's gonna be in here. And then of course, you know, he's got his grinders. He's even got his Smoker's Destiny grinders. Maybe we can get him with some grindies.
Flavorful and moving fast.
Who knows? We'll see. And you know, then of course there's more accessories down through here. Here's some shisha. Here's his cleaners. You see, it's very very well done. If you don't know what you're looking for and you can't read the signs, I mean, he's got some really good people here. Everybody here has been so nice, and they're wearing their own gear. They're wearing the gear that they're supplied with, which I think is a good idea. And even down this part right here, you're still seeing branded across the top where it tells you exactly what you're looking for. And it's going to be one of those things where you know exactly where to head to if that's what you're looking for. And then of course, you know, the Puffco stuff that everybody seems to have. And they're still selling, you know, quite a bit of e-liquids here, and good for them. They've got them right out here where they can get to them. I'm really loving the across the top where you can just read everything. Should you not know where they are, there they are. You know, hard to really goof that up. Then, oh yeah, the Illadelph. I was going to show you the Illadelph. He doesn't have a lot of it, but he's got some. It's more of an obligatory thing at this point, and but he does have it. And then of course he's got the monitors on the wall where it's showing, you know, all the specials. He's probably got that linked up through the back on a computer, and which is a really good idea, showing all the locations. And he's done a really good job here. You know, very modern screens in the back. Can I show those screens? Very modern, very modern stuff here. He doesn't have, oh, it's okay. And I'm sure if you got questions about that, he can tell you all about that as well. But he's got everything that you might need for the store. And so as far as setting one up, he's gonna make it pretty simple to do that. He's got all the pouches. Pouches are a big deal now, of course, as we know. And and he's still got the Jewel pods. You know, Jewel did come back. They've even got some flavors that are now being reintroduced. We talked to somebody about that not too long ago, and they told us all about that. It's still wraps and Rillos are still a big deal, of course, as you can tell. And he's doing a real good job of that. He's got a really good selection of that. He's still selling cigarettes. So he's apparently got a market for that as well. Good God, cigarettes are high. Oh my God, oh my God, they're $10 a pack. Well, it could be this area. I know that's not like that in Kentucky. So, I mean, but your state's gonna have different taxes as well. And so he's even got stuff here in the front. Now, personally, I don't really trust everybody when it comes to things, but it's where we live. So I have learned that people have sticky fingers. And so this group here must not have that issue in this area. It must be a different kind of clientele. And so they even have self-service at the counter as well, even right down to the screens. Wow, self-service. They really trust them. So even down to the papers. The raw is right out here in the open. You know, it's one of the most stolen things in a store is raw. And they even know it, raw knows it. And but they're pretty good with their retailers. So depending on where Harsh gets it and everything, that's a whole, I don't know how they deal with that. And so that is it in a nutshell. And it's a hell of a big nut, if you don't mind me saying. And this is just the store number one. This is the first store, so it's the oldest store. Now, are they gonna is it gonna look bigger and better? Probably. And if it does, then we're gonna see it. And I'm sure you're gonna see it too. So stay tuned. I'll be back with you. Feeling weighed down? Choose Ultimate Gold Detox, the advanced detox drink that stimulates your body's natural cleansing process and kicks in under 60 minutes. Simply follow the easy instructions, drink, hydrate, and let it work. Available in multiple sizes and delicious flavors. For a quick, powerful cleanse you can count on. Ultimate Gold Detox. Detox made simple.
It's not Intense Warehouse.
No, it's not, but I mean, it's all you need. So basically what he's doing here is he is using this to supply all the 11 stores. We just got out of a meeting. We've had quite a bit of conversation about what his plan is here. And then, so nothing you see here is being distributed outside of his own network. And I'm in a backside of this. Oh, look, a beer funnel. Beer funnel. Ain't seen that in a long time. Got a few little branded grinders. Needs different boxes. These are his, by the way, just to show you. It's got his branding on it. But he's trying to get to a point to where all of this has his branding. I'd get rid of that cleaner too, but side point. I mean, it's a necessary evil in a lot of stores. And then of course he's still doing all of his vapes. And he's Quick Fix. There's Quick Fix, y'all. We know about that. And then he's got more disposables over here. And so basically what happens is his stores, they'll put in an order. They have a guy who does a dedicated order for this. And then as the stores need the product, that one guy will pull from all of them, and then he'll be able to supply the stores, which they ship, they do their own store stuff too. And of course, he's got some more branded product here. He's got lanyards, he's got, just stuff. I'm assuming this is more store giveaway stuff. I'll talk to him more about that. You'll understand more about that too as we get it. And then he's got drinks. There's old Club 13, look. Harsh, do you drink this?
I haven't tried anything to drink in my life.
Let me tell you a story about this. So I know Aaron and this whole bunch real well.
Uh-huh.
He sent me a god-awful amount of this stuff to test. And one day we'd been out in the warehouse and we'd been moving all this. And I'm telling this on camera, by the way, so I'm not afraid to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
So I drank one whole can, thirsty. Hadn't had lunch, hadn't eaten all day long. Everything got very weird. And this is it. It's this right here.
Okay.
It's this one kind right there. And I have never put it in my mouth again. Everything got very weird. It's the good stuff.
Yeah, I tried it one time.
But it's good. So I'm just telling you, you'll need to have something on your stomach when that happens. But hey, and let me ask you another question. So when you're doing your vapes here, when we're doing the vapes, are you having any problem getting them for your stores? You're not supplying everybody else. It's just your stores, right?
Not really. Technically, we did recently face the challenge with Geek Bar, but we got to know a little bit ahead, so we were able to stock up on what we could bring as much on board.
Right.
So as of now, we have enough stock to supply, and I think the supplies is getting normal.
So you think it's more normalizing now?
Yes.
Are you selling more of the synthetic, or are you selling the regular nicotine better?
Regular nicotine better.
Right. Okay. All right. And but all of this here, everything in this warehouse, just supplies the stores.
Just supply the stores. Just a
your
franchise. Correct.
Nothing else. You don't sell to anybody. No mom and pops. No nothing like that.
No.
So, or well, of course, you're ultimately hitting the end consumer. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Correct.
let me continue to go through here, and I'll continue to talk about this. Sure. Okay. So as you can see, he's got a large amount of product. Remember, all of this stuff right here goes to the stores. So when you're part of the franchise, you'll be getting his stuff from the store, to you. It'll all be very normalized. It'll be something that every single store has. So there's some pluses and minuses to that, but what they want is a curated thing to be able to, if you walk into any Smoker's Destiny, you'll be able to find these products every single time. Now, will you find this alien there? Maybe not. But then again, you may find the dragon. Or, will you find this water pipe, or you may find this water pipe. They will all be a little bit different. All right, but you will find the drinks as long as they're still available. You will still find, these loose leaf crush right here. You'll be able to find all this right here as part of the franchise. All right, and then Kava. It's becoming a huge thing. And so they're already on top of this. These stores are already carrying this. And so understanding that, and then A lot of my stores have these as well, a lot of these same products, but this is what you'll be getting with the franchise. And that's going to be the most important part here. That's what a franchise will bring for you, is that you'll see more systems in place, more things that will be in every single, just like every Walmart has about the same kind of products, you'll find that in this franchise as well. Now, will your store be the same? I don't know, but that's something you'll have to work out with them, and they'll be able to work that out. They'll be able to show you different models, and that's what we're going to be doing here today, is we're going to go and look at all the stores so that you're able to see what those should look like. And we'll see some examples. We may not hit every store, but we are going to see examples of everything that they do. I like them green lighters. Oh, that's theirs. Nice. And they're white too. Oh, they're beautiful. And of course, you'll have branded product in your stores as well. So that'll be something that, you know, you'll be able to work out with them, and they'll be able to show it all to you. They have a lot of different alternative products as well, and they've got products that, you know, you've seen in a lot of other shops. They've just got a lot of things. So there's a lot of benefits in working with a franchise and the franchise model. And of course, you know, you're going to have to follow their rules as well. So you're not going to be able to fuck around and buy your own shit. You're going to have to work exclusively with their buyers and how they deal with it. You're not going to be curating your own product. You get the products that the franchise approves. So understand that. And if that's not what you're looking for, this is not going to be the model you want to be involved in, because this is going to be a very trapped model, but it's going to be having proven systems. And it's not going to be something where you got to learn this shit. They're going to teach it to you. And it's not going to be something where you have to, you just spend a shitload of money, and then the next thing you know, you've got product that's not selling. They already know what's selling because it's selling in their stores. So if it wasn't selling, they're not going to keep continuing to buy it. They're going to help you to get rid of it. They're going to help you to sell it. You're going to have only product that is going to work for you. So that's kind of the benefit of this. So if you're not winning, they're not winning. They got a lot of cool product, man. He's really leaning into this graph product. He's now also talking about having his own brand on this product too, and be able to have, you know, the Smoker's Destiny brand going towards every bit of this. So you will no longer, I don't know, maybe not in the immediate future, but you won't be seeing other brands other than your brand. So if you own a Smoker's Destiny and you are part of that franchise, these will be your products as well. But for right now, you're seeing some of his other curated brands. So I don't think he's going to do the drinks. I think or any of the, you know, Kava products. Maybe he will. I don't think you'll see that with the disposable products, but I think you will see that in the glass. I think you will see that in the grinders. I think you will see that in some of the others, maybe the torches, and especially the t-shirts and the polos and things of that nature. You may start seeing some vaporizers, you know, with their brand on it as well, which I think they should do that. But we'll see how it goes. But for right now, he's got a lot of name brand products that he puts out in the stores that sell really well. And being part of this franchise, that's what you're going to see. All right. So let me get up here with them and let's see where they are with some stuff. And then I'm hoping maybe I can talk him into going a different route with some of this product, because we've had some really interesting conversations today about some things that they're doing as far as with their model. And they're very easy to get along with, guys. These guys are very open to what they're doing, and they're very open to conversation. Whereas some people in franchising, not so much. It's their way or the highway. And so far, this is what I'm finding. And we're seeing a lot of product here, and their stores are very, very nice. So, all right, let me get back to them and see where we're at. So it's a much bigger, it looks like a little different store. It's about 2 years old, and it's got all of your top products across the top, all your toppers, everything. There's no way you don't know what's in this store. Very clearly branded, a lot of green influence, It has a smaller humidor in it, but it's probably designed as such. They may not sell as many cigars, but they may sell more because it's not so spread out. I'm pretty impressed. Again, more self-service. You know, I'm not a big fan of self-service, but they have it. And so we could have never got away with this in Louisville, Kentucky. Let me show you the front. It's a pretty busy sidewalk here. I didn't show this before. I think the signage could do a little more. I mean, but the front is still the same type that you got across the front. And you've got, again, all of your branding, all your signage, completely. It looks just about the same. But he said this store is about 2 years difference. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it's about 2 years. I'm seeing some t-shirts here. I didn't see t-shirts at the first, but now we're seeing them. All right, let me deal with the boys here, and I'll get back with you. All right, good morning, guys and girls. Pretty successful day yesterday. I learned a lot about this group, and I don't know if I told you or not, but it's a company up here in Philadelphia, and Smoker's Destiny. I don't know if I told you that or not, but if I didn't, okay, I did. So today I'm going back day two. You've already missed the whole getting ready aspect. I'm a little behind. I had to do a little work, you know, this morning. Hang on one second. I had to do my social media stuff and get everything together. This group has a pretty good program. There's some questionable aspects of it for me, and I'm getting a lot of that. I don't know how that has happened, but it did. I'm getting a lot of that settled today. I see some holes in the program. We're going through that, and of course that's what the consultation's for. And they do have a pretty decent team. I like all the boys involved. I don't know how I feel about some aspects of it. I think some of the guys overlap each other. Does that make any sense? I don't know that everybody on the team is needed. Of course, that is definitely not what any of them want to hear. You know, they want to hear that they're all needed, of course. And I just don't know that that's true. I don't know that that's absolutely a fact, and but I do know that is not going to be a popular opinion. So that being said, sometimes the team is not the team. I've tried to explain this to several people. Sometimes it takes people a good year sometimes to hear that. And then, of course, I get told at Champs or one of the other shows, "Hey, Chad, you was right." Well, yeah, I know I was. But I also know that it's hard rebuilding a group that you've been dealing with for quite some time. I totally get that. But if it don't make dollars, gang, it don't make sense. And that's kind of what I'm trying to help you understand here. Is that there's friendship and there's camaraderie, and then there's the business. And sometimes they just don't overlap, y'all. I mean, they really don't. They don't overlap. They're just not the same, and they're not mutually exclusive. And again, I realize that's not popular to hear. I know, you know, it's about the team, it's about this, it's about that. Well, I agree, but I also know the facts here, and the facts are that when you're doing franchise opportunities or anything along that lines, there's going to be some financials that people are looking at. And I think there's some bloat. I think there's some real bloat, but there's bloat in everything. There's bloat in my organization. I see some holes right now that even within my own group, I see people I can cut. I do. I see people that were once linchpins in the organization that are no longer needed, that have outlived their usefulness. I see it. Now, am I getting rid of them? I don't know. If I can't find use for them elsewhere, I'm definitely getting rid of them. One I have to get rid of pretty quick because they're just a complete waste of space for me. But I see some things that Harsh and his group
You want to know what the
are going to
system-
absolutely have to pay attention to. Absolutely, non-negotiable. But right now, I've got to go grab some food real quick. I'll get back with you when I get back. Okay, so I'm back. I think now I've got a good plan of how to handle some things. After eating, while I was reviewing some documents that I had gotten from them, and so I've got a good idea of what I need to get accomplished with them. They had sent over some more documents for their franchise. Whew, it was extensive, okay? But I understand how to use some software, and I was able to analyze that software. I don't want to say easy, but I was able to see through some things that they have in place, and I see some flaws. So now I have to, it's not so much in the contract, it's in the organization. And now I have to break that to them, and I have to tell them what I'm seeing and discuss that with them. Now, whether they will choose to see that as such that they can overcome it, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But it's a young organization. It's not real old. They got about 4 or 5 years under their belt here, and now they're franchising the operation out, and they're wanting to find people to come in with them and be franchisees for their brand. And the concept is pretty solid, but is it the type of business that you guys should be in? It's a pretty solid foundation. It is, and it looks like it's a pretty solid group. I like them pretty well. There's just some things about it that I see. I don't know, man. I don't know that I personally wouldn't put that kind of money into it, personally. If I was starting over, I think it would, you know, but you're also talking about, you know, they have it down to a build out cost and how much it should cost you to, you know, with the franchise fee, with the, and then there's the weekly fee too, you know, because they get a percentage of sales, and all that's in the disclosure agreement. It's not but it's net sales, so it's not gross sales. And their software, which you're contract into, the POS system you're contract into, the build out and how they want the layout to look, you're trapped into. For me personally, I wouldn't do it. But that's just me. That's me personally. Now, should you do it? If you're one of those people that doesn't have a whole lot of imagination and you can't figure things out for yourself, maybe you should. Maybe you should. But I'll get more answers today. I will probably get a little more video of the conversations and things that we're having so that you're able to have that as well. So you'll be more privy to the whole thing. And in the meantime, I'm going to smoke and wait for my people to pick me up, because I got about an hour before they're going to pick me up, and that'll be nice. What a day it's going to be. All right, everybody, that's what I got. And I'll see you soon, real soon. All right, guys, so we are here. As you can see, man, it's a nice area. It's out here in the Amish community. On top of that, they're right beside of a damn Dunkin' Donuts. There's a Popeyes across the street. Hang on, let me get this zoomed in for you. You know, here's your Dunkin' again. And I mean, there's just a little strip right here in between each, man. And like, you know, there's a Bojangles down there. If you're not from this area, you probably won't know what Bojangles is. And then there's the Popeyes chicken. You know, it's a busy little area down through here. Even a Ford dealership right over here. And so, you know, they've got quite a bit going on. Again, back to the branding And they've got all the branding across the top of everything that they sell, the green lights around the windows, and then of course they've got all of the stuff in the center and of the windows as well. They even have the QR code there. If you wanted to join the team and you wanted to be able to get a job here, it's really simple to do. You would scan this QR code, and then you'd be able to get an interview. And then they have all their talking points that they want to around, just in basic signage here, and really cool, man. In all honesty, and they've got good branding. I don't know about this signage here, but I'm guessing maybe it's got something to do with how they do things, here local. And if they do, I guess I understand that as well. But let's go in and let's see what they've got going on. I do love the building. It's an older building, but they do own this property. So let's go in and see what it looks like. Oh my God. Well, if they don't have enough lighters. And I think basically what you got here is you've got just a little bit larger store. And basically they've still got the same everything that they had before, just more of it. Just more of it. Still sticking with the greenery, beautiful displays, perfect signage. More self-service here in the center. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. I wish I hadn't came here. Oh my God. Look at this. This is the walk-in humidor. And so they have to buzz you in. You can't just walk in. They're very aware that you're in the building, and complete cedar lined. Again, more self-service. What I'm really digging is that these folks don't come in here and just stand here with you the whole time. They're not sitting in here on top of you. They're not doing any of that. Huge selection of cigars, well curated. I don't know which one. I'm going to ask that question of who picked these out. Did they have help from the vendor to do this? Premium brands. We're not talking about bullshit brands at all. Nothing like that. You're seeing very premium from Cohiba. You're seeing Arturo Fuente, Romeo and Julieta. You're seeing Camacho as well. I'm a big fan of Camacho. I really like them. I saw Drew Estate over here as well. And they're all premium brands. If you can't find what you're like what you think would be good, and you can't find it in these humidors, you've really got a fucking problem, because these guys have a selection. If I lived here, this would be my new humidor. This would be where I would come to smoke. I have a pretty nice humidor myself, and pretty well stocked, but not like I'm seeing here. And these guys are really doing something here. Man, I can't say enough good about this place. I just can't do it. And on top of that, they're building out a smoking lounge where you can actually sit and smoke. That's just being built though, so I don't think that's being utilized at this point, because I still see boxes back here in the back of these. As a matter of fact, I think I even suggested these, and these chairs here, they're really nice. I think they got them off Amazon. These are quality stuff, but the construction, look at the construction. I'm gonna bet there's gonna be TVs on the wall. I'm gonna bet there's gonna be nice ashtrays as well. Let me check this door, see if I can even get in here. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. And and then if they've got the TVs, because they've already got the TV stuff mounted, I can see there's probably gonna be TVs up here. They'll probably do games, they'll do stuff of that nature in here. They'll be able to redo the chairs, and of course they'll probably even have cameras in here, so if somebody wants to get rowdy and act a damn idiot. I would even assume that they will do something with the windows as far as blinds and things of that nature. Oh yeah, here they are. Yeah, and then you'll probably be able to close these. It's probably very electronic. Yeah, here's the cameras as well. Very nice. It's a busy day, but it's very sunny. Looks like there's still quite a bit of construction that's got to get done in here, but and the breather, so that it blows all of it out. It's very well appointed, very, very well appointed. It's going to be a good time. I'm hoping to be able to smoke in here before I leave. So this is how you want this to look. So when you're going to build a cigar lounge, you're going to want this more, instead of facing each other, you're going to want this more in a circle. And so they're going to be able to bring these chairs over, and they can make these people as well be part of this. And so much like what we have this right here, you're going to want that as all of these right here. Now, when they get these TVs on the wall, they're going to feel different about that as well. There needs to be a walkthrough right through here, especially from the door. So just understand, if you're building a smoking lounge and you're building a cigar lounge, you're going to want all of this extra space. But I just wanted to be able to put this together for them so that they can see this and you all can see this as well. Because I'm guaranteeing you a lot more of you guys are going to put this type of thing together. He just showed me pictures where this is how he's going to cover these windows, because as you can see, the windows, there's a lot of light coming in, and that might be very distracting for the TVs that are going to be on the wall. You're going to want to have these perforated so that you don't have all this, be shining in, because as you can see how this truck is parked right here in the front, you're not going to want to have high beams shooting right in on you. So that's where the perforation comes. But I also think he should shoot those perfs all the way down the front windows, even right as far as down through there. I think that's going to be a necessary evil. And I also think maybe he should perf these windows that are in here as well. So I'm just hitting this back with you guys so that you know it, and we go from there. All right, y'all, we'll do another one. If you run a smoke shop, your supplier matters. At UNS Wholesale, you can stock your store from one place with the products your customers actually want and need. Glass pipes, vaporizers, grinders, metal pipes, and other smoke shop essentials. UNS Wholesale also emphasizes trustworthy customer service and shipping. Stop piecing your inventory together the hard way. Go to unswholesale.com, choose a wholesale partner built for smoke shops. All right, so we are in another part of the state now, and we are on a very, very busy highway here. Location, of course, but we are in a standalone island here, man. So pay attention to what we're doing. This is going to be a little bit different kind of location. This is a franchise location, so we're starting to see that right now. He's got a little bit different on the outside, but not a lot. Of course, he's still got this ugly ass sign, but he's talking on the way over. We was just talking about him doing something a little bit different for that, and he's going to change out that sign, and it's going to have a whole different look, and it's going to look more like his Smoker's Destiny sign here. He has a whole plan for this and changing out all the signs. And so that's going to all have to be done, and he knows this, so this isn't new business for him. And so I thank God that he's figured that out. And so I'm glad I said something, so now I don't have to worry about that as well. So still got the same kind of breakdown, still got all the green lettering around, green lighting around it. He's still got everything across the top that he's focusing on. And then of course he's still got the same messaging coming down by the windows right in the center, as you can see. And I don't see the QR code here where they can get hired. That's something I'll have to ask about as well, and see what he says about that. And so we'll walk in here, we'll do a complete video inside, and we'll go from there. Now this store can sell glass. This store can sell it but they are quite a bit away from where the other place was, and they're allowed to sell that here. The other store is a no-go because they have a city ordinance against it, a borough ordinance, and so they have a lot more glass here. A lot. I'm assuming that they are selling a lot. Again, more branding across the top.
Don't miss out on our infused beverages here at Smokers
More self-service. See, they still got a whole lot of lighters. Whole lot of lighters. A lot of raw. Ah, it's a nice humidor too. What, are you turning everything?
Yes, but also I just found a double up here, so I'm about to consolidate.
Hello. Yeah, wow, you don't be on camera. I understand, man. How many square foot you think this room is?
I wish I knew square feet.
15 by 15?
Seems pretty
10 by
small, right?
15?
Yeah. I think some of those 20 by 20 tents are bigger than this.
It's a hell of a good selection though, bro. Hell of a good selection.
Always got to keep the staples, you know? And it's so good for them to see what sells at other ones versus what doesn't. And then you can see here too on the outside, he's got a lot of those stapler packs from the companies though.
Well, I ain't seen none of these in a long time. I don't even see them being sold no more. You are real Drew Estate fans.
Yeah, truth be told, you caught us.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Everybody's got their favorites. So, as you can see, they're all pretty much the same so far, but as you can tell, they've all got a little bit of tweak, a little bit of something different going on with them. They're very, very nice. They really are, but they're all very, you can expect the same thing going into all of them. A lot of the same products, a lot of the same stuff. You know, from drinks to glass, to rolling papers, to cigars, a lot of the same brands. And maybe that's what's important, is so that they all look just like Walmart, just like Target, just like McDonald's. Everything's the same on the menu. Maybe something for you if you don't have the creativity to make that happen. It may be a good idea for you to think about this. We'll talk more about it. Let me get out here and discuss some things with them. If I can get it on video, I will. All right, real quick. So, even though the man is in a more higher end location, you are still seeing wild berry. I need to see, you know, what kind of burners he's got as well. He's even got a Zippo display here, and thank God he's got the employees only bathroom. I'm glad to see that as well. I truly believe you need that ATM in a lot of the stores, like what he has right here as well. They have gaming up here in Pennsylvania. You may not have that where you're from, so that might not be lawful for you, but it's all very well ran. The company pays out right here on this kiosk machine here as well, so they don't have to fool with none of that. And then they buzz them in right here on this door to get into the humidor. So not just any, you know, Joe Neckbone, Jane Neckbone can walk in this door and get in. You have to be buzzed in to even get in. So that's the upside to that. I need to see if he's got any burners whatsoever. This location right here has an ordinance against glass and against paraphernalia. And so anything that could be used to smoke weed in, you cannot. You can absolutely not. Now, apparently the only way you can use rec lawfully here in Pennsylvania, or medical here in Pennsylvania, is to vaporize it lawfully. You know how that word works. And so you need to understand that here's something that Kentucky makes us have as well for tobacco use only. So they have the signage here as well. And they were very iffy if they could even have their cones and papers, but apparently they have been signed off on to have those as well. And so seeing those here, you just have to understand what this has and what this doesn't have. This place does not have water pipes or hand pipes. This is the store I was being told about that they were having that issue. Now I see they have hookah up here, and I find that pretty odd because that is what it is, but it's not glass. They can still have the Puffco pieces, the vaporizers, there's the rock down there, but they have absolutely no glass pipes, no water pipes, nothing, no hand pipes of any kind. They clearly have everything, all the electronic devices, but they have no glass. And they have a tremendous amount of other products, but they still have some of the THC products, so I really don't know how that works as well. And but they do have them. So what can I say? And I think I'm a little lost as to really how that works. I don't know, but I know what I don't see. I don't see any kind of burners for the incense. So I'm kind of at a loss there too. So I got some questions to ask, and they've got a lot of torches too, but that really don't make a lot of sense. But you know, they got a lot of lighters. They've got everything but glass pipes. But that's the ordinance. That's the weirdness of this place. And it's just this little borough here. They don't call them townships here, they call them boroughs. And that's the same thing though. But I'll get more clarification on that, and I'll get back with you on that. All right, see ya. All right, so this is a much smaller, how big did you say this was?
It's about 600 square feet.
All right, so this is about 600 square foot. You still got all the premium branding, but remember, you're in a different type of township here. It's a much smaller area, much smaller location, more, I don't want to use the word rural, but rural. And so you got to look at it that way. It's not, I don't think it's as busy of a street, but it's still a pretty nice deal here. But they have all of the trappings that you would normally see. They've still got, a lot of the premium branding on the outside. And, we really like that. And I think that's a big deal. And then you're going to see all of the stuff here in the front. But it's a little different. It's not exactly the same thing. And they don't have all the lighting, but that may be because of the code, and that may be a whole different ball game there. They may not be allowed to have that type of thing. So it's a different area. It's more boutique. They got a few open spots here, and it's just a different location. But come on, let's go in and have a look and see what you think. Oh yeah, totally different. It's gonna all be pretty much the same thing. A little bit different here and there, but basically the same. They don't have the premium branding, on the tops of it that the other stores do. They also don't have nearly as much stuff. But they do have quite a bit of stuff. It's a little differently done here. All right, guys, so magic. I'm back home, and it was a really good plane ride, very quick, and it's the next day. It's in the afternoon, as a matter of fact. It's extremely hot here, very humid. As you can tell, I got a haircut. I needed it bad. Let me give you some thoughts. On what I saw and how I'm feeling about all that. Smoker's Destiny. I saw several models, including, the smoking lounge and all the humidors, franchise models, good and bad. That's concerning. That's real concerning when you see that it can get out of hand that close to the main area. I mean, is there some systems that are missing, and is there a process that maybe, got skipped? Well, man, that could happen to anybody, any group. Even McDonald's has bad franchise. Wendy's, anybody. You've been into Walmarts that, even though they're corporate, some of them are not what they should be. So that could happen in any organization. So for us to shit on that is, that's a waste of time. I mean, you can only do so much. You really can. So long and the short of it, do I think that's a good model? I mean, we're talking build out, inventory, systems. It can be, I think, as high as $500,000. But I saw a store that was $100,000. I mean, they got every model in between, but I mean, you are buying their inventory. You're doing it their way. You are doing their floor plan, their planogram, their everything their way, their pricing. Now, I mean, I don't know, and they don't know either, how that would work outside of Pennsylvania. They don't know, because they don't have that yet. This is all inside Pennsylvania. 11 franchises so far, and so they have that regional pricing. Now, is Dr. Dabber such a big deal in Kentucky? No. And Grav, you saw a lot of Grav product. No. The Geek Bar, the cigars, the disposables in general. I mean, you couldn't sell the 7.0 product that they have. You can't, and how long and in Kentucky, you won't be able to sell the Kratom very long. And then, there's the Kava product that's unproven in Kentucky. There's the THC drinks that you're not going to be able to sell much longer. There's the THC products you're not going to be able to sell at all. Here in Kentucky, we could not sell the flower or the pre-rolled products that they have. So in Kentucky, would we have $4,000 and $5,000 days? No way. No way. So I know what you're thinking. What's the good? What's the bad? Well, you've got the name, you've got the support, you've got the systems, you've got the software, you've got all that. But I mean, is it necessary? Is that necessary? Can you do it yourself? I don't know, can you? I mean, are you driven enough? Can you come up with your own, are you lazy? Can you come up with your own processes? Can you come up with your own systems? Can you put in the time to find the right software and the POS system and the processing? Can you have your own app? Can you have your own online? Can you do all that yourself? That's what they're doing for you. That's what Smoker's Destiny is doing for you. They're putting all this together. All you have to do is focus on the customer, focus on sales, and move it out the door. Now, they're going to get a percentage weekly as part of their fees for having you in their program, and they're going to get your franchise fees and all that, and yes, that's going to happen, and that's the yearly for that. And are you going to make money? Well, that's unproven. That's unproven outside of the state and outside of the regulation. What will happen after the 7.0 ban? What will happen after the THC, the hemp ban, the intoxicating hemp ban? What will happen then? Where will they be this time next year? That's a question. And I mean, you'll have to wait a full year to see that video. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. They're also going through some changes. I think they've got some people in the wrong spot, and I think I got some franchisees that need to be let go of already. I think there's some internal processes that we found could be changed. Now, they paid me to come out there. They paid me to do this video, really not do this video, but I did this video. I didn't do the video that showed all the conversations between all of us. They weren't real keen with that. I think that should have been, but for transparency and because I was doing consultation, I can see where they're at with it as well. Would I do it? If I was just starting, maybe. If the world was different, if the hemp issues was different, if it's a good program, if everything aligns kind of like it is right now. But I mean, this time next year, will they be doing 130, 140,000 a month per location? I don't know. More importantly, neither do you. So you'll have to stay tuned to find out. And we'll have to see how the world turns, as it says, I've got a lot of video here. I've got a lot to sift through, but I'm just giving you my thoughts on it right this second. I like the boys. I like the teams. I like the program. I like how it looks. I've read through their disclosure. It's very franchise heavy and very franchisee light. That means that it's all for them, not for you. It's made for them to get paid, and that's about it. But that's any franchise, y'all. Any franchise you get involved in, whether it's hamburgers, pizza, clothing, anything. I don't know what to say. I really don't. But I do like the team. I like all that crew. I thought they was very genuine. I think they were very open. They were very honest. I literally have all the paperwork right here on my phone. There's nothing they didn't open the door to. Even the warehouse, I show the good and bad of the warehouse as well. They were very transparent, man. There was no bullshit involved. I didn't feel like they were trying to hide anything. That being said, is it for you? Because that's the question you're probably asking. Is it, can I do this, Chad? Could I do that? There's only one way to find out. And that way to find out is to hit them up. And I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get involved, and maybe I'll get a link where they can track how many of you guys came over from me, and that way they can see that my crowd has watched the video. They understand everything that I saw, and I presented it accordingly. And then you shot over there and you wanted to talk about it. Can you do it? Yeah, you can. Should you do it? I don't know. You need to get a franchise attorney involved. You need to go through everything. You need to understand what's going to cost. They even have financing. They have banks that you can go through as long as your credit score is where it should be, as long as your assets are where it should be. They do want you to have a little bit of cash that you can plop down. They want you to be able to be liquid, if you will, up to a certain amount of money. And if you're not, you're probably not a good fit. Letting you know that up front. There is some qualifications. So you're fresh out of college and you got just $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, they're not gonna hear it. You're not even out of college and you got $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, they're not gonna hear it. They're just not gonna hear it. They want you to be liquid so that you can constantly turn cash and re-up your store, fix your store, have your showcases, your flooring, your signage, your everything. They want you to have all this. They want you to be ready to go. And they don't want none of this credit card bullshit. They don't want to hear all that. You must be ready to do it. That's what I got to say about that. I mean, it is what it is. So that's my final thought of it. I'll get with you if you got any questions and you want to ask questions down below in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. But really, I think I just follow that link, man, and I would discuss that with them, and I would find out a little more direct. But I can help you should you need it. Okay. All right, guys, this is what I got. Glad to help you in any way I can. I really hope this helps. I hope you like this video. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, I can do that. I really can, because I'm thinking that the trade show shit is not where we're going with it going forward. We're going to do a lot of trade shows, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be so focused on them because the world is changing rapidly. We need to start looking at different models. We need to start looking at different programs of what we are doing, and now it's time to do it. All right, so stick with me. Let's work together on this. If you got any questions you need help with, hit me up over at chadwaytv.com. Set up some time, man. Let's chop it up and let's figure it out together. And if you're, as far as needing help in this industry, I'm glad to help you. If not, bro, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, you're kind of on your own out here if you don't want me to help. But I'm more than happy to do it. All right, right. So look, coming from the great state of Kentucky, this is what we're looking at, and I'm looking at all y'all. Hope this helps. All right, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.